Right, let's get into our first discussion of the day. About 19 people were reportedly killed in Ancha, a village in Mayango Bassa local government area of Plateau State on Thursday night.
Well, 5 others were also left with severe injuries after an attack by gunmen. A witness from the village, Benjamin Aruku, reported the attack in a telephone interview on Friday morning.
Now, Aruku said the attackers are suspected to be herdsmen and the attack a reprisal. Now, this, he said, was based on the fact that about a month ago, an ethnic group living within their location accused the villagers of killing and beheading a boy.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari expressed sadness over the senseless killing of persons, especially women and children, in that attack. He says this incident has disrupted the peace of the state, urging residents not to allow this violent interruption destroy the progress made so far there.
Right, that's the background of our story. Right now, we have in the studio a security expert and consultant, Oladinde Ario.
I think we've agreed. I'm not an expert.
Oh, okay.
I'm a practitioner.
You're a practitioner.
Right. Yeah. Good morning.
I remember. Nice to see you, really.
You know, I told you the board of energy required to make you an expert in security will take 8 lifetimes.
Okay. You said so the last
first time out. Please. Yeah?
Very good. No problem. We'll take note of that next time. All right. Now, the issue of herdsmen attacking villagers is not new to anyone in Nigeria.
It's not.
And is there more to this thing than we all understand as a people?
Thank you very much. You know, this thing started like a play, like a joke. I grew up seeing herdsmen, whether Fulani, Ijo, Yoruba, Igbo, whatever, going about with sticks to manage their herds. And they had no issue with anybody. They will come to communities, they only go to green vegetations without hitting either cash or food crops. Suddenly, the story changed. Instead of using sticks, they now use AK-47. Now, that's a gun and it's a weapon of destruction. The question is, are you managing your herds or you want to destroy the communities where you are getting crops to feed your animals? And it started like that, and like a wildfire, it has taken a new dimension now, that it's more like a war. Unfortunately, again, the Nigerian state at the federal level, I'm not sorry to say this, does not seem to be doing enough to curtail this. So much so that there is hardly a day that you will pick a newspaper or you watch television or listen to radio, you won't hear of some herdsmen somewhere killing some farmers, raping their women, and destroying their crops. Again, it became so bad that a man of Chifala's standing was kidnapped on his farm, and that was after they had raided his farm, destroyed his crops. But because he complained and the police arrested them, they did that to him. He had to part with some money. About a year after, they still came back. The question is, why are farmers being made so powerless against these needless aggressors? I don't understand.
All right. One would wonder, really, first off, why they carry, like you said, arms. But then, where did they even get these sophisticated weapons from? That's another big question.
If you watched TV yesterday, then it does not. I mean, I'm no longer surprised now. 1,100 fresh mint guns were brought in by whoever and for whatever. I'll tell you, the regular armed robbers are not the ones that will go importing those things. Okay, this must have been done by people with far more clandestine and grand game plans. The reason which you and I may not know at this point, but definitely there must be some godfather somewhere supporting these people, arming them. Growing up, only the police were the people you will see with guns and the soldiers. But herdsmen now carrying AK-47, officially licensed gun for the police.
All right, now, but let us understand, like you said, growing up, we didn't see all of that. In fact, Fulani herdsmen, when they come to you look forward to their coming because you know they will bring Furadununu to you. Yes. And then you just, in fact, there was this cordial relationship.
My father would give them clothes.
Give them water to drink, give them everything.
They are fast. They say, okay, they have some charms to give him, even though he's a Christian, he wouldn't need, but he will take it. So that they will not feel like he rejected them.
All right.
That was that bonding.
Okay, fine. Having that at the back of our minds, and then eventually where we started seeing them with rifles, could there be that something went wrong somewhere against them and they started arming themselves? Something we are not aware.
I can tell you this for free. In Nigeria, at the level where people mingle and interact, the love and the bonding is super. It's only at the political level that the politicians paint pictures of, oh, Yoruba man, they are enemies or to Igbo, to Hausa, and all of that. So I wouldn't want to say something went wrong. Now, let me take it this way. When this thing started, it was like a child's play. And it now became so widespread. And some of us were concerned because it was tearing at the fabric of our society and at our unity. And the question is, rearing animals is a business, private business, for crying out loud. Now, why must you now bring your own investment to destroy my own means of livelihood? Okay, it became an issue. Then we took a step further. It is true that they're suffering from desertification in the north, and therefore they must look for places to feed the animals. The question is, elsewhere in other nations, don't they also have animals? Don't they manage them? So we now come into thinking of why not do ranching instead of this free-range grazing, okay, which has rendered so many people poor and destroyed savings and life investments. There was a guy that came from the US and came to Edo State to start a farm. I was there. He had over 50,000 standing plantain stems. The suckers were imported, and everything was good until one day the herdsmen came, and in less than 30 days, the entire place became a desert. No plant was standing. So what we were able to just deduce was there must be some people somewhere who are determined to ensure that the South, because the effect tells more here now than in the North, that we are never able to feed ourselves.
Well,
but to what exactly? To what objective?
I said I'm not. I said it's an allegation.
Okay,
it's not been proved. Okay, but it's a possibility.
But then you said earlier. You said earlier.
The same way that some people are behind Boko Haram, and you ask yourself, you want to convert me to a faith or whatever by killing my brothers or by even killing me if I'm unlucky, or killing my wife. Then if I'm dead, who will join you to practice that faith? All
right, Mr. Ariyo, we kind of substantiate that really, so we can just ascribe that as your opinion. But you said
it's not my opinion. Excuse me. Let me explain to you.
Yes.
Specifically, products like cucumber, watermelon, they were never planted or cultivated in the Southwest. But today, go around the farms. There's a particular spot in Oshogbo, Liberty, or is it Freedom Square they call it. As at this moment, tens of trucks will have been dropping those things there because they have now understood the methodology of cultivating those things. So which has taken away that business side from the previous suppliers, the northern people. Okay? So it's a possibility. Let's not just rule it out.
Well, those could just be allegations, but because the issue there is the quantum of food consumed in any part of the country, most of those still come from the north. As far as onions are concerned, as far as yams are concerned, as far as all of those are concerned. Even pepper, tomato, and so on. You know that. Right?
All right, yeah. So now, of course, well, building on what you just said, really, and looking at the places of the attacks of the Fulani herdsmen so far, they are majorly in the south. Right. And then if you look at maybe the villages, the settlements, people there are usually Christians. But then we cannot just draw conclusions. That is for security operatives to do. So now, one would have wondered, really, because most of it seems that they are even emboldened. I saw something online weeks ago when President Muhammadu Buhari came back, and then 2, 3, 4 days after, there was a fresh attack by Fulani herdsmen. Someone said, because the president is back now, they know the police will not arrest them. So one wonders what the police operatives are doing when these killings happen. Why are no arrests made?
I happened to be on a TV channel where this similar thing was discussed, and the man was brought from a village, where this happened around the Jos area, and the man was weeping on live television. Why? Because when these Fulani herdsmen got to their end, before they were even born, they mingled with their grandparents and all of that. They gave them the settlement. But over time, the same people that came in as sojourners now want to wipe off the original owners of the land. And it went on like that. The man had to run away from his ancestral village. He's now living in Abuja. You see, the question is, in the first place, how on earth will anybody, for whatever reason, think you must destroy other people for your own sustenance? It begs common sense, and it can never be acceptable. So the issue of security, the police, to a large extent, these things will happen, they will go and report. Whatever the police will do will be reactive. They can only, if only they will be proactive. We've had cases where some people said they reported because they said they were threatened. They reported to the police. They didn't do anything. Yet they were attacked, and the police will now come and be arresting people. And in so far, how many people have been prosecuted till date? None that I can think of. Again, Mieti Allah, the national body of herdsmen, they had the effrontery to be telling people that they must accommodate them. How on earth will I accommodate you at the expense of my life and my family? You come to my land, you destroy my crops, rape my wife, killed my son, and you are telling me to accommodate you? Okay. Does it make sense?
The same Mieti Allah has said that most of many of the attacks, they say Fulani herdsmen is actually not Fulani herdsmen. We've also heard some ministers have said that these people are from
neighboring countries,
Niger Republic or neighboring countries. They've confirmed that. So
maybe we drop the word Fulani and say herdsmen.
Fine.
Whether they're American herdsmen, British herdsmen, they are evil.
Or Maasai herdsmen, whatever.
Period.
But let me draw your attention to this, especially this one in Kano State. The police commissioner has said that it was actually a reprisal. A boy was killed, beheaded, and then few days or weeks later, as the case may be, there was a reprisal. Now, I also want us to draw attention. Is there less attention, less reportage on when these villagers carry out attacks on these people before they even come in the first place?
And then you now have a wider reportage of their reaction.
Exactly.
I wouldn't accept that.
Okay.
It doesn't work that way.
All right.
The villagers have no reason whatsoever to initiate an attack if they are right.
We have heard them say that sometimes they carry out a raid on their cows and kill them. We don't hear some of these reports.
We were going to Igboora and through Abeokuta Road. Before we go to Lanlate or somewhere, we saw herdsmen on the road. A speeding vehicle hit a cow, and they were going to slaughter the man. Because we were in large numbers, we said to park, and then we intervened. We paid for the cow that the guy ran into. The guy didn't leave his house with the sole aim of going to kill a cow. But the accident happened. Instead of having empathy, okay, they decided to now turn the cow to a victim. There should be no reason to rear animals on expressway, on highway, vehicular, road for crying out loud. Okay? You see, but for me, I don't want to continue with the blame game. Why? We should be looking at solutions. And we have tried to come up with several solutions.
So give us some of them.
Number one, we are in the community, Nigeria is the country where every community has leadership. And leadership emerges through different channels. Maybe through religion or faith, okay, or through culture or tradition, or because the man is wealthy, he manages a particular community. It would be best that those local people are involved in engendering some measure of friendship and bonding between herdsmen, okay, coming from wherever. Again, they also need to be educated of the consequences of destroying people's farms. There are other green vegetation your animals can eat without killing, without invading people's farm. Okay, then number 2, from my own little research, the aggression of the herdsmen is unheard of. They don't see you as a human being at all. May you not have any issue with them, and then you will know what I'm talking about. They're extremely aggressive, as if they have the power of life and death. They can do and undo, and whatever they do, they will get away with it. They should also be educated. They are normal.
To be civic, at least.
To be civic and recognize and respect the rights of others.
And know how to engage.
Life. They should engage people.
What about having a database of the herdsmen in every state?
When you say database, there are challenges here and there that has to do with maintaining database. So much as I'm talking to you, we still don't have a concrete national database. So, of what to use, or how are we going to be able to gather?
Yeah, but from what she's saying, now, if the Mieti Allah knows that we have a union, shouldn't they compel everyone who has cows of up to 10, 20, 100 to register so they can keep track of everywhere their members are?
How can that be possible? We were passing through Abraka on our way to out to wherever, I can't remember, and we saw pockets of herdsmen here and there. How do we register them? They had no identification, nothing. Again, some of them, the way they wrap things around their head, you can't even see who you are dealing with.
But then they are still human beings. Isn't that the job of security operatives to accost them for identification?
How does that add up? Okay, now a state like Ekiti State, they took it heads on and they said, no, the governor sent in a bill to the House of Assembly and they gave it assent, so no roaming herdsmen, whether Ijo, American or Yoruba or Egba Fulani or Egba herdsmen. The other option now that we are recommending, there are some plants that animals don't like. Okay, a plant like Jatropha, it pulls them off.
Yeah.
Senna alata, okay, it pulls them off.
That's true.
Perhaps in the spirit of national cohesion and peace, farmers should plant those trees at the border of their farms. Okay, at those plants at the border of their farms. Once the animal smells them, they will go away. There's another more powerful plant, that's the castor plant. That one is even outrightly poisonous. If an animal should eat that, it's going to die.
But the question again, another problem, right?
But
it causes another problem.
That's what I'm going.
We're looking at the bigger problem on our hands.
If they not eat that and they die, it will not become a greater problem. Okay.
So farmers should not be encouraged to plant all those.
For me, really, engagement and continuous engagement, it's important in all of these things. And like I said, they should begin to train up an upcoming herdsmen to know that your right to do your business stops at the point where it's destroying other people's means of livelihood and sustenance. And then because when you destroy my farm, you rape my wife, you kill my child, you are destroying my life. So how do you think you will now do that to me and I will fold hands and be waiting for a government that will not help me?
And this brings to mind again what Kaduna State Governor said, Nasir El-Rufai said in the past about herdsmen, really, that if you take a life of a Fulani herdsman anywhere, be it 10 years, 50 years, you will account for that life in double fold.
That's a reckless statement coming from him.
Yeah, I must say that is really
extremely reckless. What are we talking about?
As reckless.
No life carries greater value than that of any other person.
Or maybe it's possible he was misquoted.
I wouldn't say if he was misquoted. We've had enough time and space to have refuted that.
Yes, he has those who managed to tweet for him. So it's possible some persons...
He managed to explain it months or years after.
Or he was quoted out of context. It's possible. Because I know
by now will have been refuted. So that's 6 on him.
He actually made an attempt much later.
That's why we have to also say that our leaders at all levels, political or religious, should make it a point of duty now to inculcate civil engagement and tolerance, okay, and then value for other people's lives, assets and properties.
No life is greater than the other.
Exactly,
thank you for your
analysis.
All right, thank you very much, Olaride Inde Ariyo. You're a security practitioner. Thank you for your analysis. I tried, really. I had to tell myself to get it right.
We're good students. All right, thank you very much for coming on the program.
My pleasure. Thank you.